is that to stop romanticizing it. I realize that a lot of us we can romanticize something with no problem. Okay, I tell you right now, I will start seeing the colors, the wedding colors. What's up, y'all? Welcome back for another episode of Succeeding in Singleness. My name is Janae. I'm your host for this podcast. Okay, it's all about succeeding in your singleness. That's what we're going to do. Because guess what? I'm not giving you another choice. I'm not giving myself another choice. We don't know what this season can do for us. So we going to go ahead and succeed through it. What? We're going to live it up. And we have Christ all throughout it. These are some of the reminders I have to have throughout my single season. Every single time. Okay? But anyways, so this episode is about... we're going to be talking about, is it possible to be friends with a person first before you're dating them? Can you be their friend before starting to date them? Or even how important is friendship to you before dating somebody? Let's go there. So let's start off with girl. Let's get real. When it comes to dating, in my head, there's just no way we can be friends because I already want you. Like, I didn't even leave space for friendship because I'm like, no, you're my man. I'm just being honest, right? If I find somebody and I'm like, wow, they are really attractive and like, let's just see how it can go and flow. You're not even in the friend zone. You're not even near that zone. You're in my man zone. Can I be real or not? I'm just trying to let y'all know, okay? Like, if I am attracted to you, I'm not necessarily like, oh, let's be friends first. And maybe that's something that I definitely need to work on. That's fine. I could take that. But right now, I'm just like, no, that is not my initial thought, is to, say that, oh yeah, no, we're friends. That's a lie. Girl, you want him. Like, why am I lying? Why do we lie about that? Now, if that's your way of protecting your heart, I get that, because I have certain ways that I think is protecting my heart and some ways that are truly protecting my heart. But there are some things we're doing and you'd be like, girl, please. So when I say, oh, he's just a friend, please. You want him. I think it's a thing of like, can guys and girls be friends? I don't think it's fully possible if you know that you want them. I always feel like it's always somebody that wants somebody, whether it's both of them wanting each other or at least one of them. And I'm not going to say there's no scenarios out there where neither the girl or the guy want each other, but I wonder what the percentage is. I can think of a time where I'm like, look, this guy is attractive. He loves the Lord, all these type of things, right? And you're just like, okay, bet. He served. Like, it's a couple of things you just be like, oh, check. And so automatically you end up boosting them or promoting them into another spot. And I've done that plenty of times where I'm just like, hello, like, he has these credentials, like, he's starting off pretty good. But honestly, those are the basics. But it's good to know that this person has the foundation so that you could show interest. Not pursue, right? But show interest, because there's no way a guy's going to know. I mean, Holy Spirit could obviously reveal it to him. But, like, you got to show yourself friendly. You got to show interest. So things like that, right? But I realized that with certain guys, I would promote them so fast. And I'm like, girl, you don't even know if he know how to be on time. I mean, I don't personally be on time places. But I'm just saying, I'm giving an example of, like, you don't know his character. You don't know these things just yet, but yet you think that this will be a good person to date. So really just like taking your time, stepping back is really key, because you want to promote them to this man role, my guy, my boyfriend role, my man role, but yet you don't even know if he's even just a good friend to someone. And that's kind of where I stop debating the topic of can guys and girls be friends first, because there's space for you to sit back and watch a guy to see how he moves and grooves and operates around people, talk to people, communicate with people, treat people, there's space for that. Of course, if you're around him enough. Now, if you just met him, you was at the coffee shop or something, like, that's different, giving us like a Hallmark, Lifetime, Christmas movie type of thing. But like, giving these examples is what I'm just saying though. Like, if you are around this person enough to see how they go and flow, then take that time to sit back and watch. And then if you see like, oh wow, he does have a good character, or people speak highly of him, then you could move forward a little bit, but like, hold on, let me do a little two-step, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time too, using wisdom and really asking Holy Spirit, like, is this something that I should be even opening the door to? Because even though men pursue, we still have a part to show interest. And so sometimes if God is like, I didn't want you to open that door, now we don't open something that we shouldn't have been playing with. Once again though, back to friendship. Can guys and girls be friends? Or in the importance of friendship before dating somebody. I still also lean on the side of, so I'm really on the fence, but I also lean on the side of, if you already know I want you, or if I already know I want you, I don't see the need to act like I want to be your friend. I don't want to be your friend. I want to be more than your friend. So there's a balance there though, to be like, okay, but don't go all in because you don't know this person. So don't put your whole heart in. Don't put your feelings in. Don't get all these ideas, start creating these thoughts when you don't even know this person. Take the time to get to know them before you feel like, oh, this is a person that I can actually have a for real relationship with. But that's why you date, to get to know the person more, to ask these questions. Once again, I used to suck at asking questions, but I've gotten a little bit better. We're getting better. And yes, I have a list on my phone of questions to ask. So I don't care. But these are the type of things that I'm just trying to make sure that you hear, but also remind myself, when you see a person that's attractive, you want to like sometimes just go all in, show interest, and be like, okay, what's next? And yes, sometimes we just need to take our time. Someone talked about online, which I never looked this up. I don't know how true it is for males, but they talked about how guys approach a girl versus how a girl approaches a guy is two different things. Their thought processes are different. So for a guy, he said, a guy takes their time. So with a guy, you start at level 1 with them. Once again, I don't know where he got this source from. I don't remember who said it. And y'all can tell me if I'm right or wrong, especially if guys are listening in. But they start at level 1. You saying hey to them, for some of them, they not really moved by that hey. So basically, you start at level 1 for them, and they're just like, you're just like cool, not even friend, not even somebody they even like thinking about all day, or like, oh, let me text them. You're just cool level. But with a girl, unless they really want you, like I feel like that's a little bit higher, but that's another story. But with girls, we automatically see wedding. For some of us, we automatically see wedding. We've already planned something out. We already see like, oh yeah, he is dating material because he did this, and this. So automatically you see, right? Guys start down here and we start up here. So that's already a different approach that we're both having. So when you think like, oh, a guy doesn't want me, he could be just slowly gaining feelings for you, versus us, we already have feelings for you. And honestly, not trying to play us, but based off of nothing, just based off of you cute, and so-and-so say you was a good person, that's all I need. But no, you have to keep spending time with this person over and over again, right? Seeing how they move. Okay, is this their representative, or is this how they really are? When is the real them going to come out? And obviously we see that over time, but you can start seeing stuff at the beginning half. But these are the type of things that I just realized that, when it comes to dating and guys and girls, that we approach it differently. And so sometimes you'll think a person doesn't want you, but really they're just taking their time to get to know you. And then eventually their feelings will show and you're like, oh, it's more. But when it comes to But yeah, that's basically like my thought process when it comes to guys and girls, being friends first. And is that important? I do find it very important and necessary and needed, because you'll start seeing that because we took the time to get to know each other just on a cool level, I can now, in a way, trust you at a dating level if we both decided that's something that we should be doing. But yeah, and also just seeing how guys approach dating versus how girls approach dating, and also too, if they feel like they need to be friends first with you or not. Like it's a lot of thinking that I realize that we all have. But yeah, so it just shows too that we all have different perspectives when it comes to if we should be friends first. I'm not against it, but I also know that in the back of my head, I'm like, but I want you though. But this will also teach a person self-control. Like, Lord, help me with self-control in these moments. Lord, help me with understanding how you want me to approach my dating life. What do you want me to do? That's the first thing. Do you want me to be friends with this person first? Do you want me to show interest at all? Is this somebody I just need to let go? I shouldn't even consider. These are the type of things that we should be doing first. Praying first before we even enter into something. But also too, realizing that it may take some time, because maybe they want to be friends with you first, and you're just like, why? Because to me, I will be like, why do you want to just hang with me and call me? No, you need to know that you want me. So these are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts when it comes to guys and girls dating. I mixed a lot of things in there, but all in all, my full stance is that we can't just be friends. But I do think that we can slowly build something and get to the point where we actually start dating. But if you know you want me and I know I want you, we're not friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're like friends 2 notches up, because we know that we actually want a little bit more from that person. That's just my opinion. Let me know yours. So some of the stuff that I wrote down, some of the benefits I wrote down about guys and girls being friends first, is that I wrote down a list of saying friends first. So this is the type of thing that can help you be a friend to a person first. Take your time, be patient, okay? Is that to stop romanticizing it. I realize that a lot of us we can romanticize something with no problem, okay? I tell you right now, I will start seeing the colors, the wedding colors. And I think that's a beautiful thing about women, right? We can be able to really think something out, create something in our minds, and really be able to execute it in person, in real life. But at the same time with that, we also have to balance that out. Sometimes our thoughts don't need to go that far. We need to be able to guard our hearts, especially when we are dating somebody, because they're great, they're beautiful, right? Because they're beautiful. They love the Lord and all that good stuff, but truly go at God's pace. So when you stop romanticizing it so much, you're able to move at a proper pace, because it's not the romanticizing that's moving you. It's God that's moving you in the right direction with that person. So I had to slow down with that. Like, personally, I was like, Janae, y'all only asking questions about like what school you went to. There's nothing to romanticize. There's nothing to dig deeper into. You don't know nothing about them. So take your time. Just take your time is what I'm saying. Because I know me, I'm still going to romanticize at some point, but like, take my time first. Don't let that be the leader or the GPS to how I'm approaching dating. I don't want that. It happens so quick. Right when you see somebody you're attracted to, you're like, oh my gosh, I see this, this, and this. And they be like, no, guard your heart, guard your mind in those moments. Don't let that be the thing that leads you. I also wrote down that being friends first, it helps you lead into a deeper relationship. I feel like it allows you to commune with this person without other motives. It allows you to just listen to that person, be there for that person. Not to say you wouldn't do that if you wasn't dating them, but it allows you to go about it at a proper pace and ask the right questions, and not be like blinded by just the thought of you and them being together, but you are instead just excited to get to know somebody new. and communicate with them. So that's what I wrote down as well. So you're able to build upon something, and it'll be a beautiful thing, you know? If you also too start off as friends with your person, or with your ladies with your husband, or fellas with your wife, let me know. Or if you're dating them right now, like, let me know if y'all started off as just friends. How did that look? Were you friend zone? Like, talk to me, because what a time. I also wrote down that I put down boundaries. So, knowing your boundaries. What does your boundaries look like if you want to make sure that you are, taking your time? Once again, not being anxious for anything, allowing the peace of God to guide you, to keep your heart and your mind. I love that scripture because it really plays a role in a lot of areas of our lives. Like, don't be anxious about anything. Pray about it. And God's peace will guard you, will keep your heart and your mind. Through Christ Jesus, it will allow you to be able to do these things without being rushed, without being overwhelmed about it. And that's the same thing for our dating life. And so I wrote down boundaries because we have to have those things. The word talks about guarding your heart, because out of it flows the issues of life. Like, you want to make sure that you are guarding your heart, putting God first in all that you do, so that you are led by Him. You're not led by your flesh. You're not led by your feelings. You're not led by circumstance. You're not led by, did he text me? Is he going to text me? It's already 10 o'clock. He hasn't texted me this morning. He always texts me good morning. Like, we don't want to be led by those type of things. Well, he normally do this, so he hasn't done that. We don't want to be led by that, because I used to be led by that, and it got me into a really, like, girl, calm down. Girl, be for real space. Because I was like, why am I acting like this? Girl, bye. But it makes you realize that you can be rooted and grounded in God, and not in the other person. That God is what's leading your relationship. That's God. That's what's causing this relationship to grow. So that's the thing I want to say about that with boundaries. Also, too, I wrote down the benefits of being friends first is that this is what a friend would do. So the thing about my notes is that I write them down, but I just started putting the the links or the person that says it. In my old notes, I didn't do that. So I pray that I'm not quoting somebody else, and that I wrote this stuff out, because I'm always just writing and staying ready. So if it was somebody else, sorry in advance. God give them an increase for blessing me, because I wrote it down. But what I wrote down too is that I put, that's what a friend would do. So these type of things that they're doing for you, this is what a friend would do. A friend should do. And I think that's a good thing about being friends with a person first. You'll be able to see them treat you the way a good friend should and should treat you. And the same thing you can do for them. Like, you're not doing this because you want me, or you trying to impress me, or get me to, be your girlfriend. He'll be doing it because you're just a good friend to him. He's somebody that you are somebody to him that he appreciates, that he wants to make sure that they are okay. These are the type of things that will allow, once again, go from friendship to more. But once again, even if you know you want him, and he knows that, he wants you, at least y'all are like, but you know what? You are worth getting to know on a friendship level, or getting to know in this way, so that when we do go out on a date, or if we do get in a relationship, we've established a really good foundation. I also wrote down, when it comes to the benefits of being friends first with a guy, or fellas for a girl, I am able to be understanding when in an established friendship first, because in a relationship, I more than likely will take it personal. So basically, when you're in a friendship with this person, you end up kind of being a little bit more like lenient or understanding with them when something happens. You're not automatically like frustrated and done with them, because when you're in a relationship, there's this new level of like responsibility, or standard or something like it's the word I'm trying to use, but you have them at this higher standard. And so when they do something wrong or if something goes left, you take it more personal. It hits harder. But for some reason with friends, sometimes it doesn't hit as hard and you're able to be more understanding. So I think it's a really good thing. I say it still ain't gonna hit because that's your person. I'm not gonna say that's not gonna hit, but because you took the time to get to know them on a friendship level, you understand them and get them more. So when they do something, you're not quick to be like, oh, you did that on purpose. You didn't really mean to do that. Like, still give me an apology. But I know that wasn't coming from an ill will place. You know that person actually really cares about you and they just messed up in this moment. Now we can talk about other stuff. We talking about the basics. Like, they forgot this to do this for you. You get what I mean. We ain't talking about the real stuff. Stay alert. I realized that with my person, he had a different level. Like, sir, fix it now. But with my friends, I'm like, oh no, that's good. Like, you cool, like blah, blah. So it's really interesting to see too, how you approach somebody when they're just your friend versus how you approach them when they're your spouse, when they're your person. We hold them at a different standard. So it's really cool if you can establish something in a friendship level to just get to understand them and know them, and be there for them, show up for them in a different way where it's not this extra pressure is what I'm really trying to say. But that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to kind of give when it came to being friends with somebody first. And I had to take the time to find some benefits of being friends with a guy first, because sometimes I just still don't see it as a need. But then I'm like, Janae, it is. Let it be. So I think that's one thing that I'm doing is just like, if I see somebody that I am attracted to, just to take my time. I don't have to say anything. If I do get into a space where I'm able to like communicate with them, then cool. But it's not a thing where, of course, as we talked about too, praying first, be led first, acknowledge God in this and see if he wants you to do this. But if I get into that space where I'm able to, communicate with them, I can just do it on a chill level. And removing the pressure of having to perform to get this person attention. No, be cool with them first. Be friends with them first. Just see how they are on a friendship level. Because sometimes they can show you how they may treat you, right? Because some people got to switch and you be like, okay, no, I don't want you as my man. You can stay as a friend. But you also have people where, you're able to see how they are on this level without pressure, without them. Not because they know that you want them. Now they're doing other things. No, I want the real you, my brother. Do you? Let's just see. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all. And that's just how I'm approaching it right now. No pressure. I don't want pressure. I don't want to put off pressure, give pressure, have pressure be put on me. I don't want it. No, thank you. Tag, not it. So just approaching dating on just a chill level. If you're attractive and I'm able to be in a space with you, and we're going to just chill, see how you move and groove, and go from there. Because you end up seeing them for who they are faster when they don't know that you really want them, okay? It's been a couple where I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't need you. You're not the one. Like, or I don't see it being more than that. And I'm glad I was able to see it in this space versus if I started romanticizing it, I would start compromising on some things just because I've already let romanticizing him, steer me, direct me. But no, because I'm able to take my time, now I can see you for who you are. You're still a great person, but just not the person for me. Bye-bye now. You still fine though. Okay. The Lord be like, Janae, calm down. I'm like, you're right. Sorry. It's not about looks. It's not about looks fully. But I do see where you can take your time to get to know a person. That's where I see it being kind of possible because you're not going in feelings first. You're going in with God leading you first, and you're not just doing anything. But it's because it's still not really. You're not really friends. To me, I still say it because you're not really friends. Like, I don't want you as my friend. I mean, is that rude? I want you as my friend, but like, and my man, like, I'm still working on this. But yeah, so hope you got something from this episode. Share yours down below. Again, thanks for tuning into this episode of Succeeding in Singleness. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Succeeding in Singleness. My Instagram is Nate2Curly. Share the podcast, share the YouTube episode, all that good stuff, okay? And I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.